you gearing up to buy that first place? Shopping for a home is an exciting, exhausting, and a little bit scary. In the end, your aim is to end up with a home that you love at a price you can afford. Sounds simple enough, right? Well, unfortunately, many people make mistakes that prevent them from achieving this simple dream. So arm yourself with these tips to get the most out of your purchase and avoid making 10 of the most costly mistakes that could put a hold on that sold sign. Not knowing what you can afford. As we've all learned from the subprime mortgage mess, what the bank says you can afford and what you know you can afford or are comfortable with paying are not necessarily the same. If you don't already have a budget, make a list of all your monthly expenses, not including your current rent, including vehicle cost, student loan payments, credit card payments, groceries, health insurance, retirement savings, and so on. Now don't forget the major expenses that occur only once a year, like any insurance premiums you pay annually or your annual vacations. Now subtract this total from your take-home pay and you'll know how much you can spend on your new home each month. If you end up looking at homes that are outside your price range, you'll end up lusting after something you can't afford, which can put you in the dangerous position of trying to stretch beyond your means financially. Number 2, skipping mortgage qualification before you start looking. This goes along with the previous mistake. What you think you can afford and what the bank is willing to lend you may not match up, especially if you have poor credit or unstable income. So make sure to get pre-approved for a loan before placing an offer on a home. If you don't, you'll be wasting the seller's time, the seller's agent's time, your own agent's time, and if you sign a contract and then discover that later that the bank won't lend you what you need or that it's only willing to give you a mortgage that you find unacceptable. Also in this market, home sellers will not even accept your offer unless you've been pre-approved by a lender. This could be a big problem if you find the perfect home and the seller takes a different offer while you're going through the pre-approval process. It happens all the time, so get a pre-approval before you start looking. 3, changing your credit in midstream. This is a biggie. Be aware that even if you've been pre-approved for a mortgage, your loan can fall through at the last minute if you do something to alter your credit score, like a large purchase like financing a car. If you cause the deal to fall through, you may also have to forfeit your earnest money deposit, which could be thousands of dollars you put up when you went under contract. This is very important. Never buy a large purchase on credit after you've been pre-qualified until your home purchase has been completed. Also, don't open any credit accounts of any type till you've completed the home purchase as well. The lender will do another credit check just before closing. Number 4, failing to consider additional expenses. Once you're a homeowner, you'll have additional expenses on top of your monthly payment. Unlike when you were a renter, you'll be responsible for paying property taxes, insuring your home against disasters, and making any repairs the house needs, so keep that in mind as well. Also, with some single-family homes and almost every condo or townhome, you'll have to pay homeowners association costs monthly, regardless of whether anything needs fixing, because you'll be part of a homeowners association which collects a payment each month from all the owners of each unit in the complex. Number 5, being too picky. Now go ahead and put everything you can think of on your new home wish list, but don't be so inflexible that you end up continuing to rent for significantly longer than you really want to. First-time homebuyers often have to compromise on something because their funds are limited. You may have to live on a busy street, accept outdated decor, or make some repairs to the home, or forego that extra bedroom. Very few homebuyers find a home that has all the things on their wish list. Number 6, lacking vision. Even if you can't afford to replace the hideous wallpaper in the bathroom right now, it might be worth it to live with the ugliness for a while in exchange for getting into a house you can afford. If the home otherwise meets your needs in terms of the big things that are difficult to change, such as location and size, don't let physical imperfections turn you away. Besides, doing home upgrades yourself, even when you have to hire a contractor, is often cheaper than paying the increased home value to a seller who has already done the work for you. 7. Being swept away. Now, minor upgrades and cosmetic fixes are inexpensive tricks and are a seller's dream for playing on your emotions and eliciting a much higher price tag. Sellers may pay $2,000, let's say, for minimal upgrades or staging that you'll end up paying $20,000 for. If you're on a budget, it might be beneficial to look for homes whose full potential has yet to be realized. Also, first-time home buyers should always look for a house they can add value to, as this ensures a bump in equity to help you up the property ladder. Number 8, compromising on the important things. This is just the opposite of mistake number 5. Overlooking important things. Don't get a 2-bedroom home when you know you're planning to have kids and will want 3 bedrooms. By the same token, don't buy a condo just because it's cheaper when one of the main reasons you hate apartment life is because you hate sharing walls with neighbors. It's true that you'll probably have to make some compromises to be able to afford your first home, but don't make a compromise that will be a major strain on your daily living conditions. Number 9, neglecting to inspect. It's tempting to think that you're a homeowner the moment you go into escrow, but not so fast. Before you close on that sale, you need to know what kind of shape the house is in. You don't want to get stuck with a money pit or with a headache of performing a lot of unexpected repairs. So always get a professional home inspection. Keeping your feelings in check until you have the full picture of the house's physical condition and the soundness of your potential investment will help you to avoid making a serious financial mistake. Number 10, not choosing to hire an agent or using the seller's agent. Once you're seriously shopping for a home, don't walk into an open house and certainly don't sign anything without having your own agent. Agents are held to the ethical rule that they must act in both the seller and buyer parties' best interest, but you can see how that might not work in your best interest if you start dealing with the seller's agent before contacting one of your own. An agent costs you almost nothing as a buyer. The seller pays all agent costs, both his agent and yours, by the way. An agent that only has your best interest at heart will help you get the best possible deal. Buying a first home can sometimes seem stressful and overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be if you're prepared. If you're aware of those issues ahead of time, you can protect yourself from costly mistakes and shop with confidence. For many people, a home is the largest purchase they will ever make, but it need not be the most difficult. If you're thinking of buying a home in the Los Angeles area, I would appreciate an opportunity to help. I'll make sure you are informed and are aware of all the things you need to know when buying a new home. Even if you're not ready to buy or sell right now, don't hesitate to give me a call or shoot me a text or email. I'm always happy to help in any way that I can. And remember, together we can make it happen.